It will certainly be one of the highlights of All-Star Weekend 2009, the Sprite Slam Dunk Contest. I'm Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleague, at least that's the way he writes it, Greg Anthony. Let's go down courtside to meet this year's All-Star participants.
Get on your feet, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to meet tonight's contestants in the Slam Dunk Competition. From the Memphis Grizzlies at 6'9", Rudy Gay. From the Orlando Magic at 6'11", Dwight Howard. From the Toronto Raptors at 6'8", Jamal. From the Dallas Mavericks at 6'8", Gerald Green. Your judges for tonight's competition: Mike D'Antoni, Myron Scott, Phil Jackson, Doc Rivers, Maurice Cheeks.
When you think about Gerald Green, you think about the unique dunks he's come up with. Just his socks on, he blew out a cupcake. What can he do tonight?
Well, it always adds a degree of difficulty. Unfortunately, there wasn't much else in terms of difficulty.
The toss was nice. The result just, so-so.
Can we just call it mediocre? Look, I can't even dunk, and I can do better than that. Right now, in my suit, with those platform shoes you got on.
As expected, some 6s and 7s there, Greg. Nothing really special at all.
Oh, you're killing me, man. Don't even think about going there.
Up next,
Gay is
Rudy
next.
Gay.
Tough to predict what he's going to do. He may play it safe, or he may start off with a bang. Hey, he's going up there off the shot clock. Okay.
I know everyone can't catch and shoot, but you should be able to catch and dunk, Ernie.
Not even coming close to grabbing this thing.
You can hear it in their voices. They're still disappointed. Eventually, we'll get an attempt at this. Countdown's at 5 now.
He does not have any precision.
That is only a failed attempt that a mother could make.
And his mom is questioning it even as we speak.
All the judges needed to see here was him going up for a dunk. He couldn't even pull that off.
Maybe he'd been trying to do too much.
Stop making excuses. These guys know what the rules are.
Maybe there's a lot on his mind.
Oh, come on. Get to the next dunk.
This guy has authored some of the greatest dunks we've ever seen. How about that?
Oh, that is what we call pure athletic ability, EJ. Something you would know absolutely nothing about.
I tend to agree with you.
All right. That's like a 40 or 45.
Apparently, a couple of the judges thinking he deserved a 10 there, Greg.
I don't know about that one. I mean, it was a nice dunk and all, but it was definitely not a 10.
And he'll take the lead with that score. Moon will round out the field as the last to go here. He's seen how the others have started, and now it's his turn to show his stuff. Off the clock!
Off the clock. Again, great timing. The judges will appreciate the creativity of that dunk.
And a little hang, a little something extra.
Oh, now that's a 50. No one's giving that less than a 10. Ain't no doubt.
No real surprise there, Greg. They're unanimous with 10s right across the board.
That's right. He deserves it, too. I still can't believe what I just saw. Back home, we call that a GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Green, once again, leading the way. He's now up for his second attempt of the first round. Let's see what he's got in mind.
Well, I've seen that one before, Ernie. Don't get me wrong.
I have, too.
A little bit of athleticism, but nothing particularly special about this one. Oh, that's mediocre at best. I'm not going to give better than a 7 for that one.
So he manages 1-8, but the rest just 7s. That'll give him a 36 on that attempt.
It does not even matter. Seriously, if you want to win this competition, you got to come and get 10s. You can't go out there trying basic dunks 101.
Big crowd, big stage, big...
Wait a minute, he's still in the air.
We took a commercial break and came back, and he was still up there.
Let me tell you, man, that's just how I used to do it. Oh, look at his athleticism. He's not even trying. That's got to be close to 50.
Tens across the board. Surprised, Greg?
I'm telling you, you're going to hear me say it now. You're going to hear me say it in the future. We need a better system here. Let's give guys .5s or something. That's 6, but it ain't no 50.
Howard looks ready to go with his second attempt of the night. That's a great look at the scene here, the fans, and look at the kick. He's going off the clock.
I tell you what, a dunk like that, throwing it off the clock, being able to elevate and hang, that's actually more basketball ability than just a guy who's going out trying to finish a dunk.
Because you don't know exactly how it's going to come off that clock.
You got to be prepared for mistakes. It takes a dunker to be able to appreciate that one. I'm going to give him a 9.5.
Wow, they gave him a perfect score, Greg.
You just cannot give him a 50 on that. You know what? I see this every year at this competition. They give away 50s like it's nothing. Then when somebody does something really spectacular, they got nowhere else to go.
This guy can do some amazing stuff in the air. Can he finish? Yes!
What about the hang time? It's one thing to kick it off the Jumbotron, but he had to really time that perfectly. I'll tell you what, the judges have to be impressed with that one, EJ.
Nobody here is in their seats. That got him up and roaring. You were right, Greg. They're unanimous with the 10s.
Oh, yeah. There is no doubt. He deserves it. He's got to be one of the sickest dunkers ever. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. This is not an attempt.
That's not even the beginnings of an attempt. Doesn't take much ability.
To do what?
To miss, EJ.
Off of the shot clock. Off the shot clock.
Oh, and he just beat the clock on that one, EJ. Again, not a bad dunk. It won't hurt him in the overall competition.
You are a tough judge.
He's going to have to show a lot more if he wants to get a perfect score. Right now, that's anywhere from 40 to 45.
One lone 8, but otherwise 9s there, Greg. 44 is not a bad score.
Look, if you want to get a 10, you got to show the judges a little bit more than that. You got to be willing to take a risk.
Gay is up again for his final dunk attempt of the round. He may throw in a little something extra to cap off his first set of dunks. It's going to have to be all 10s for him. He needs a perfect score. Sorry, don't mean to laugh.
Yeah, a little bit off the mark.
I really don't.
Well.
Don't mean to laugh.
Oh, and that's it. I got to believe the judges are going to reward him after that dunk. Again, they know the importance of it. Everybody in the arena knows it, and boy, does he come through.
That's got to be a 5-0.
That's bananas, straight bananas. You got to give it up.
You called it, Greg. He's got a perfect score for that.
I'm still shaking my head over here. That was just crazy.
But that'll put him second, Greg. Howard is up next with his final dunk of round 1. Oh, he's going off our... You know how much that camera costs, Greg?
I know.
Off of the crane cam.
See, this is the problem when you don't pay retail for the games, EJ.
Then you... Hey, now, that's okay.
We've seen a resemblance of that in the past. However, this guy's athletic ability, I think that's a notch.
Well, just a 33 for that effort. I guess someone finally agrees with you, Greg.
What are you trying to do? What's going on?
He's one of the more athletic competitors here. Heads up over there in that section. He's going off the crane cam. Pretty good toss, but no finish. I have a feeling he's going jumbo here. He did. He's been working, the Jumbotron.
Oh, now, again, that's a little bit of an improvement, but when you have the athletic ability of that young man, that's still mediocre at best.
Well, you are tougher than the Bulgarian judge.
Well, come on. These are things I practice at home in my flip-flops. We were talking before. I know he can do better than that. I'm only going to give him an 8.
There are the scores right in the range you were talking about, Greg.
He definitely was not going to get 10s for that. I think he got a pretty good score, and I think that was warranted.
Jamario Moon came up with the best score in that round as we look at who will move on.
Jamario Moon, Dwight Howard, and and Gerald Green.
This guy's athletic. He's creative. Let's see what he's got.
Oh, they're on their feet, and they're heading for the door.
That's not what I had in mind.
EJ, I've seen you pull this off in the studio. Come on, man. Scared money don't win. You got to step up. Be better than that.
He did get a couple of 8s in there, but the rest are 7s, and a total of 37. You called it, Greg.
Yeah, he came here to win tonight, which is why that dunk surprises me.
Next up,
Howard looks ready to go with his first dunk of the second round. Show me something here, young man. Show me something. Oh, he's getting up a good head of steam here. Okay.
Well, before the competition, he said expect the unexpected, and I'm still expecting it.
That's unexpected.
Yes, that's true. I concur.
That was unexpected, too.
Yeah, that's like a 7. I know he can do better.
Wow. 8s from 3 of the judges and even a couple of 9s, Greg.
Now, that's a pretty big surprise. I really wasn't feeling it. He should have been happy with that. It's just as easily that could have been in the 7th.
Moon going for his first attempt in round 2. A bit of an advantage knowing what kind of... Oh, come on.
You voted him into this competition. If you can't make that dunk, you do not deserve to be on the floor.
Back to the practice gym, Sparky.
That's right. Bring it on one more time.
I think what my colleague is trying to say here, folks, is that he's opting for his do-over.
Look, everybody knows what I was saying. Just because I'm speaking Ebonics, there are a few folks out there that...
This has promise. Hey, not bad.
Yeah, I'm not upset with that dunk.
Oh,
That's
I would hope not. Come on.
You know, it's an improvement. We've seen better.
That's safe again. But you got to step up if you want to win. Give him a 7.
Actually, even a couple of 9s there, Greg. 42, a little higher than you were thinking.
Oh, man, I'd have to look at that one again. But I just was not feeling it. Sometimes, man, these judges...
Let's see what he's come up with here. He's taking a look at that shot clock. Well, that was accurate.
You would think he'd already practiced that before, EJ.
Yeah, this is a serious timing issue right here. Uh-huh.
That's a tough dunk. If you're going to miss the more difficult ones. That's how you prepare to get better. Go! He's got to go!
Hey, that's not a bad toss. Let's see what he's got in mind. 24 seconds, and he didn't get one off.
Now, that's just not right. I mean, come on. How hard is it to just go up there and do one dunk, my man?
Well, there are your zeros. I guess I've seen it all now.
Your tribe is spoken.
Dwight Howard.
You do not survive.
Howard up next. Let's see what else he has for us with this second attempt. Oh, this looks a little difficult with a kick. Ooh, that's special, isn't it, Greg?
I tell you what. The initial thought process was there, but just lacking.
Great athletic ability. The guy does a good job of maneuvering his body and definitely puts on a show, but I don't know that it's going to impress the judges.
EJ, we're not getting a whole lot to work with here. That's like a 7 or something.
About what you were expecting there, Greg. He'll end up with 35.
Oh, now that's poor. You got to show us a little bit more if you plan on scoring up in the 40s.
That score puts him in second place. Moon will now attempt his second dunk of the round to finish off the set. One of the keys here is being an original. A little kick.
Yeah, a little too difficult right there. Timing definitely an issue on this one, EJ.
Didn't get much on that kick. In fact, no, that was nowhere near. Uh-huh.
Time to commit. Just 10 seconds left.
Hey, look at this. He's in punt formation.
Just 5 ticks. Dad, darn it! Sweet Jiminy Crickets. You see what the young fella just pulled off?
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Oh, I didn't even think that was humanly possible. Young fella's got to get a 50.
And there it is, a perfect score.
My man is raising his level. There's no doubt he's stepping it up. Give him the title now. Let's go home. I'm trying to get to the after party.
Green will go again as he starts these last set of dunks in this second round with one final attempt. A little forearm or an elbow. Okay.
You need to practice this before the competition.
Tell you what, all those buttons on that controller, they have an effect on what happens. Oh, that's tough to practice this dunk. He's going off a Jumbotron.
I tell you what, and that's a great point you make, because remember, these guys, this thing takes a toll on your knees to have to go out continuously and try and practice these things. That's why there's such a commitment, so much anticipation in this competition. That was a beautiful performance. Oh, that's got to be a 10 plus, a 10 something, 11, 12, whatever.
Well, almost perfect, Greg. Hard to believe those 10s weren't unanimous.
Man, I don't know about that one. You have to have a little bit better appreciation for the degree of difficulty on that dunk. How anyone gives him a 9 is beyond me.
Well, look what he's going with here. And not even close.
You know, I'm a little bit perplexed here, EJ.
I hate it when you're perplexed.
Not that I know what it means, but I got a feeling it has something to do with not feeling my tummy hurts. 10 seconds left to get it done.
Time to just get something safe to go down and maybe try this again later.
He's 5 away from blowing this one.
Hey, that's pretty impressive, that kick.
Well, yeah, if he were playing soccer.
Well, maybe he should consider that.
Oh, man, no do-overs either. He would have been better off just going up there and throwing down something. Come on, get the dunk down, young fella.
Either. I say either.
Oh, I say potato. You say neither.
No surprise here, I guess. They'll give him nothing for that attempt. Or non-attempt, that is.
The kid over there just ripped the 1 off of his 10 sign, so he could give him a 0 as well. Pretty bland way to finish.
I have a feeling you're losing interest.
I came here to see Makes.
And that's not a bad dunk.
That is it. That showed a little bit of flair right there. Not the most impressive dunk we've seen, but that's something that's going to score well from the judges.
I mean, that was nice. Any other year, he'd have a chance at a 10, but right now, I'm looking at an 8.
Well, judges are on the fence between 8 and 9. Total of 42 there.
Well, for me, that's about right. That was a good dunk, but he can definitely do better, and there's no doubt that he knows it.
No guesswork now as we look at the results from that round. Obviously, not everyone will advance. I expect something big out of this guy. Coming in off the wing, and down it goes!
Again, timing is everything when you're trying to pull off a stunt like that.
3 words describe this guy. Fabulous.
That's 1 word. 3 syllables. I thought you got educated.
Thanks, Professor. 10s across the board, Greg. A perfect score.
Look at him. Again, acting like that was no big deal. And he just became a legend. We'll be seeing that dunk in every highlight film from now till forever. You know, that's just like a real game, Ernie. You can't pass the basketball to yourself. Isn't that called traveling?
Yeah, I think it is. And I don't know what you want to call this, but it's a little humiliating.
That's more like Dumbotron than that one.
Not even close. I would suggest this guy read a good book. Like the instruction manual. He just couldn't commit, and man, did it cost him.
Man, he had a couple of runs at it, and he just didn't pull the trigger. Don't be tight out there. Get the job done.
Mandatory 0s for a time violation, and there you have it. That's not going to do much to help his cause at all.
He's not going to be too happy about that. I can tell you that right now.
Be athletic, be creative. Ooh, boy, there we go again. I don't want to say that this is a bad sign, but 3 of the judges just went up for a foot long.
Well, they don't have anything to judge. The clock.
Oh, man, you've got to love that,
Greg.
Greg.
That's the ultimate of creativity on a dunk like that. I don't know how he could even time that up to catch it on the fly and the flush. Woo-hoo.
That's once in a lifetime.
Check that out, EJ. That's like 2 10s. What's that add up to?
There it is, a perfect score, Greg.
I tell you what, they should give him even more. They should give him like an 11 or a 12. Whenever you go out there and do something as sick as that, you deserve the best possible score.
Moon is up and looks ready to go with his 2nd attempt of the competition. Remember, he's got 1 more after this to try and take the win.
That's what we call just lacking in talent.
Thing is, though, he still has some time, so he can He can try that again if he so chooses.
Time's not the issue. Lacking in talent, though, I think that might be a problem. The clock's not stopping!
That's a pretty good start.
Technically, that's not an attempt.
Right you are. You'd think when the clock was down around 5 or so, maybe he'd just take it up there and get it over with, Greg.
You would think so, EJ. I mean, who knows what was going through his head? Wait a minute, I do nothing.
5 zeros makes, well, you do the math, Greg.
Did you hear that? That kid's making fun of your tie.
Let's see how creative he can be right here, Greg. Whoa, changes his mind in midair. That's tough, Greg. The kick. Once again, he fails to even register an attempt. That still doesn't count. He can retry, but time is going to be a factor at some point soon. That's a small target, that crane cam. Let's see what he's got in mind. He had 24 seconds to try and dunk it, but he didn't even get it to the rim.
I just don't know the thought process, or lack thereof, I should say, behind his performance. What the heck was he thinking of?
It's unanimous. Well, at least they're not afraid to show how they feel about that display, Greg.
I don't think he's going to be real happy with this whole shot clock thing right about now. But personally, I like it.
It's all come down to this dunk for this guy if he wants to win this contest.
I tell you what, this is the stage you want to have. You need perfection to pull off.
And he's come up with a pretty good dunk.
Sometimes just taking a different angle, a different approach can make a dunk more impressive.
I can tell you're impressed.
Somewhat.
I don't think he's getting any 10s for that. Probably some 9s, maybe even a couple 8s.
Bit of a mixed bag there, Greg, but no real surprise.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be all right with that one. I mean, that's a pretty good score. It's not going to hurt him in the competition.
That just about does it. Gerald Green proves he is the dunker of this league. He's your slam dunk champ. After a highly entertaining dunk competition, let's go courtside for the award presentation.
Get on your feet and make some noise for tonight's Slam Dunk champion, Gerald